Hello, America and curling fans from Canada and Newfoundland. This is your host, Ryan Olson, bringing you the latest action from the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. It is a beautiful morning here in, I was going to say Nevada's capital, but it's not Nevada's capital. It's State Line, Nevada. Just steps away from Lake Tahoe. And when I say steps, it's some steps away. I guess if I have time, I might go out and measure the distance. We have a game between two top flight teams. We have the number 2 seed team Gilbert from Oval Curling of Utah taking on the 3 seed team Betts of Wine Country Curling. So looking for a great game today. And hopefully you guys are in for a good one as well. As we have peals of laughter to welcome you. We're looking for a takeout. Looks like it misses. They had a chance to hit one of the 2 blues in the house, and it glanced off of one of the blues and just went through the house out of play. Lineup change for Team Betts. They were able to let me know that Vice Steve Sampson is in the rotation this morning after having Nelson Hilder play in their games last night. And see if we can find a good view here. Yeah, the curlers have been really good about finding where the cameras are, which is fine. They need to be able to play their games, but when it comes to trying to find the best angle for the shot, the camera shot, it's been tricky sometimes. As we see Tyler Fretzel throw his first. I say it's first. I could be wrong. This needs to curl back a little bit. Actually, if they're going for the double, that's really good. I think actually it over curled. But still not bad. Moves the rocks off the center. The shooter, the red shooter, is rolled wide left. And looks like we're seeing Chris Skidmore throw his last. That was Tyler's first. One of the fun things about broadcasting these games is counting the rocks and making sure you have the right spell. So sometimes you goof, and I think people have been pretty understanding when we do our best, and sometimes we don't get it right. So it looks like they put up a center guard. And Tyler's being asked to just take out that blue in the back 8 foot. This is over curling. Are they going to get a piece? They do get a piece. The shooter rolls away. I think they would have hoped to have less roll and roll under the cover of the center guards. So now it's a question about which team is going to get under the cover sooner. And it looks like David Betts and his rings are going to try to do it first. As Steve Sampson just set for his first rock of the event. It'll be interesting to see how these rocks move today. This one's over curling. So instead of maybe going to the pile, it does tap the center blue back just about 2 feet. So it looks like for Team Gilbert, they are looking to maybe try to blow up these guards. which is interesting because those guards can provide protection to try and generate multiple points. They have a rock already to the side. I guess they were definitely, maybe they're worried about bets just getting there first, or bets raising one of the blue stones into the house. So Gilbert throws third. He skips the team. He skipped it last year when they won the inaugural version of this event at San Francisco Bay Area Curling in Oakland. And I think we're looking to see some movement here. It's just two blues moving. The red that was in the house has been picked off as well. So it does open things up. And maybe the strategy is to just keep it clean sheets, either try to manufacture 2 points or just carry the hammer into the second end with a blank. As Steve quickly throws his next rock. I think looking for a similar path to what he just threw, because there's only one guard now. Does get around. And let's see where it ends up. Looks like I might overcurl a smidge. And looks like Gilbert wants to take that shot on. Pretty quick decision. Seems to have 30 minutes of what's called thinking time, and essentially that's the time they have between when the other team's turn ends and they clear the ice, and when the team delivers their stone past the delivery tee line. So like right now they would stop the clock. So looking for a takeout. If it clears the guard, that's not a bad plan B. But it needs to make contact. It does make contact, and it looks to be enough to get the blue through the house, out of the premises. Got a clean house right now. Which is, it's apt. It's Saturday. People do their chores on Saturday. So we're going to do some house cleaning. I'm going to be here for all day. We have 5 games on tap. So I'll definitely try to keep the energy level at appropriate levels. I won't say I will keep it up, because some people can just be bouncing off the walls, and that's not fun sometimes. So as I mentioned, Team Gilbert is the defending champion of this event. There were 10 teams last year. There were 10 teams this year. Some of the teams are different. This year we have 4 teams from One Country Curling outside of Sacramento, including Team Betts, and then Oval Curling. We had 1 team last year. That was Team Gilbert that won it all. And we have 3 this year. And I say we, that's my home club. I'm definitely going to do my best to be as even keeled in my commentary as possible, but I just do want to acknowledge that Oval is my home club. So we have 10 teams, and to get the games in that we need, we've divided the teams up into two pools of 5 teams each. As David Hurst gets ready for his first. So each team will play 4 games of pool play. And then the top 2 teams from each pool will advance to tomorrow morning's semifinals. And if you make it past that, if you win that game, it does clear the guard, tick the guard. So if you do win the semifinals, you punch your ticket to the championship game tomorrow at around 12:20 Pacific time. And if you win that, you get a ticket to Arena Nationals coming up in October in Wausau, Wisconsin. So there's a lot to play for. Some teams are less experienced, trying to get a feel for this event. Other teams have been in the circuit for a while and just definitely in it for the spirit of competition and maybe maybe get that golden ticket to nationals. As we see David Betts deliver his last without the hammer here. First end. I think Betts would be happy to try to blank, and I think Betts would be happy to force Gilbert for a single point. And that seems to be what is on tap. This is coming up light. I would think to try to put a second stone in to make it hard to do, not a blank, but just to make it harder to even score a single point. So right now the blank is on. Basically, Gilbert wants Hurst to just kind of clip that blue and then have the shooter roll away. Last struck here, the first end. Jerry St. James is really sweeping it to hold the line. It's going to be close, and it crashes on the guard. So that guard did its job. It's going to be a steal of 1 for Team Betts here in the first end. So well played. Gilbert is not able to accomplish their goal, but just a close 1-point game. And we'll be back with more curling action when we come back to the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns. Coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. And today's event is being brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Throughout the competitive curling season, proprietor Ken Pomeroy updates doubletakeout.com with the latest stats and insights about the competitive curling world. If you have a favorite men's, women's, or mixed doubles team from around the world, you can see how they stack up in custom rankings generated by Pomeroy throughout the season. That's all at doubletakeout.com. So into the second end, we have, oh heck. Sorry, we have a loud ad. Thank you. So this is Eric Putnam throwing his first for Team Betts. Puts up a center guard, and this looks to be on the center line. So the no-tip rule is in effect. Jerry St. James throwing his first for Gilbert. Also, just as a bit of housekeeping, Team Gilbert was known last year as Team Hurst. Although the rotation did have Gilbert throwing third, calling the game, and Hurst Hurst throwing the fourth stones. So this rock will slip into the house, and Betts has been taken on with Putnam's second stone. And Putnam's been curling for 2.5 years. Some of his accomplishments include third place at the Tahoe Epic Curling Spring Spiel this year, as well as the Barrel Bonspiel also earlier this spring. A-event runner-up, looking for a takeout. Sorry. Unfortunately, it looks like they were able to make the shot. As Jerry is quickly pushing out a hack, playing a pretty speedy game. As Jerry's been playing for 2 years. They've been part of the same team for the most part, but Tyler's kind of an ad for this event. So he's been curling for 2 years. He and the team were the 2023 Camp and Curl champions of the Ogden Curling Club, also known as the Rocky Mountain Bonspiel. Also, Tahoe is the 5th state he's curled in. A fun fact, as the kids say. As you see Chris Skidmore throw his first. He's been curling for 5 years. Was at the Rocket City Dragon Spiel. And trading hits back and forth as they are able to make that hit, but the shooter rolls away. And Tyler Fredsall is getting set. Tyler is playing front ends so far, although he's also listed as a possible vice. He's been curling for 6 years, was the curling club winter league champion up in Park City. Also has multiple top 3 finishes in other bonspiels and league seasons and a winning record. I try to keep track of all the curling games I've played, and I don't know if I have a winning season. Looks like they were able to draw to the wing, and Skidmore is trying to take it out again. Looking for some weight again. You don't necessarily need a lot of weight, especially if you can control it. This is over curling. And this is going to open up a door for Gilbert. And it looks like they're going to try and split the rings. Because I can read the skip signs on the ice. It's been a long day yesterday. It's going to be a long day today, but hopefully it'll be a fun one. So we have 2 games on the ice, as we do for every draw. Looking to split the rings. This is our feature game, Betts versus Gilbert. On sheet number B, we have Team Barents from Orange County taking on Team Spangler from Wine Country. And we'll be updating scores at bondspieler.com for both games. And you can check out live scoring for all of our games, as well as current standings, draw shot challenge, and a whole lot more. That's all at bondspieler.com. So we've got the third for Betts, that's Steve Sampson. And Steve has been playing for 13 years and is able to make the hit that time. The shooter rolls away, so Gilbert has the choice of trying to split the rings again, and if he does that, the chances of him getting multiple points, I think, go up a bit. And he's also looking to, they're looking to draw again to the side. They can also try and draw under cover now. I don't think that's a bad move necessarily, because if they're drawn to the wings, at some point, Betts could choose to try to hit and roll. But looking for a draw here is Ramin Gilbert. And Ramin's been playing for 3 years. Was third in skip for a lot of those team accomplishments, including the Camp Curl. Also, again, defending champions of this event from last year. Also went to Arena Nationals. Finished third in the pool. That rock settles in towards the back, and so Betts is going to try and hit and roll, which I think is the strategy I was thinking they were going to do. It gets rid of one of the red Gilbert counters, while also while also hopefully having a roll under cover. And let's see if Steve has this in his pocket. I think it's going to be close. You do have a roll, and it does roll through the center of the house out to the other side. So for Gilbert, they're opting to take out the guard now. I'm trying to think about what the end game is for that strategy. I mean, it removes the potential cover for best to draw around, but then it's going to bring play into the house, and bets could take out the red. That's the shot stone, and then Gilbert might be playing for one or a blank, and this could be a bit of a disaster. No. It does miss that red in the back. And so now play is drawn into the house. I'm still trying to see how they can get multiple points out of this. When you have the hammer, you want to try and score 2 or more points. Sometimes getting forced to 1, it happens. Otherwise, you would try to maybe blank the end and carry the hammer to the next end. And that could be the strategy that Gilbert is employing. As David Betts is throwing his first. He's got 6 years of experience under his belt. This is the big event winner playing skip at the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling Spring Spiel this year. The hit in stick is made. And so I think Gilbert's going to want to follow that down. And it looks like we're setting it for a blank. It's curious again. Because they had the guard, and if they drew around the guard, they'd be sitting 2, and then Betts would have to try to get rid of 1, and assuming that it's going to be very difficult for Betts to get rid of both, there's a chance for Gilbert to have scored 2. However, as I say, I'm not on the ice. I don't know the strategy they're thinking of. I don't know the conditions or a lot of stuff. So I'm just observing as it unfolds, like you guys are. So the hit's made by David. That was a great shot, and looks like we're going to do the hit again. Now I say this, about how they're setting it for maybe a blank. If Betts were to make a mistake at this point and miss the red rock in the rings, then perhaps Gilbert can get the 2, but it does require a goof on the part of Team Betts. And I don't think there's going to be a mistake. This looks like another nose hit. And now they're going to set up for the blink. So David Hurst is getting ready to throw his last, the hammer, looking for a blank here in the second end. A little bit of a wobble. Let's see if he recovered. Going to make contact. Is it going to roll out? And it will. So the blank is made. The teams exchange some fist bumps. And we're going to take a pause. I'm going to go off mic for a minute. I need to do some adjustments. Make sure the camera doesn't lose power halfway through this game. So I'll be right back with more curling action from the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. Okay. The battery is plugged in, so hopefully there won't be any power outages. Although during the women's playdowns that were played a month ago, we had the camcorders lose power in one game. It was like one went out, and then the other one went out, and I was not in a position to really fix it. So I said, "Hey, we're just gonna go with the cameras we have." And sometimes that's what you have to do. So we are more than halfway through this third end. Gilbert blinked the last end, looking to try and generate multiple points. And looks like they're going to try to, I think, peel this guard. Opens things up, but Gilbert, Betts is sitting one right now, back to the 4 foot. As we see Steve Sampson, I think, look to put another guard up. Let's see where this ends up. It looks like that guard is going to be made. Does slip into the top of the house. Oh, and Orange County gave a shout out on Facebook. I mentioned Oval has 3 teams, One Country has 4 teams, and Orange County also has 3 teams, as some of the teams that play at Hollywood also play at OC Curling, and that'd be Team Burns, Chen, and Hernandez. So it looks like we're going to see Gilbert try the takeout again. Maybe a run back double. This is a hanging out though. It actually flashes the top one and only kisses the one in the back, so it does push the main shot blue open. And then also, when I look at the full screen view, so I try to calibrate the cameras, and so I apologize, it's not totally level. However, there is a blue in the back of the house that I wasn't able to see. So it does look like Betts is sitting 3 right now. It's really turning up the pressure on Team Gilbert as Betts gets set. Let me see where this ends up. I think the goal is to put up another guard down the center, which is, again, a really great strategy if you don't have the hammer. Really clog up the middle of the sheet and the house. So it looks like Gilbert's going for a bailout now. Sometimes you have a strategy for the end, but if the strategy is not working, you say, hey, I know this is not working out, and they kind of look for an out. And this seems to be what Gilbert is doing, looking to draw on top of the blue in the back 4 foot with David Hurst's first. And throughout this weekend, I've been encouraging viewers to kind of keep an eye on 3 elements of a curling delivery. It's easy as A, B, C. This is over curling into the pile. I say the pile, it's just a single center guard. Oh, but that does block that draw path for a last shot for Gilbert. I do think the oval rink is in trouble. With bets sitting 3. So the 3 elements, A, B, C, for curling delivery. Aim, alignment. B, balance, how your body's balanced coming out of the hack. And C, curl, and that's the rotation that you put on the stone with your release. And so those are all kind of 3 things we can keep an eye on throughout the weekend to see if the curler is aligned towards the target. The balance of their body as they come out. Like, you might see a little wobble, but usually you want to have your body weight balanced over the leg that you slide under the center of your body. And then the C, curl, the release that they put on the stone. All 3 of those elements are vitally important. But if you make all 3 of those elements, chances are you're likely going to make the shot. So Betts is looking at the possible shots here. They were on the right side and have shifted over to the left. I think they just want to put up another center guard. Gilbert has a lot of work to do. This rock is going to be pretty high if it goes over the hog line. And it looks like it will be just over the line. Oh my goodness. So Betts has 3 in the house. Ramin is just looking for a single point or to minimize the damage, honestly. Ooh, no. I was initially thinking they could try to do an in-off, like hit off of that red on the wing and ring towards the center. It's a high wrist shot. And I guess if the rocks were a little more buried, Gilbert might want to take it on. But this is the draw for 1, facing 3 here in the third. Rock is away. It's probably wider than they've been for much of this game. So they need to get almost full 4 foot, and this is coming up a little light. So they need to get as deep as it can go. It's not going to be shot, but can they outcount 2 of the blues? And they are able to do that. So Betts, though, really pulled off a really solid end for a steal of a single point. Gilbert carries the hammer into the 4th end. And we're going to take a hydration break. We'll be right back in just a moment as we continue with coverage of the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. All right, welcome back to the fourth of an eight possible ends. This game between Team Betts from Wine Country Curling and Team Gilbert from Oval Curling of Utah. It's been a pretty tight battle so far. Gilbert blanked the second end, looking to try to generate multiple points, and was forced into giving up one in the third end, with Betts having 3 blue stones in the house pretty well buried. So Gilbert has the hammer for the fourth end, I believe. Let's show you what was happening with the rocks. So I think Gilbert's had this hammer this entire game. And this could be a point where they want to maybe just get rid of the hammer. So looking to take out the blue in the top of the house. That turns into a center guard on the center line. That means the no-tick rule is in effect. And the no-tick rule is an expansion of the 5-rock free guard zone rule. An opposing team can't displace a center line guard until after the 5th rock to the end. If they do kick the rock into the house or off the center line in any way, the non-offended team has a choice as to what happens. They can let the rocks stay as they played out. Ooh, okay. So does some house cleaning on the right there. So the non-offended team and the no-tick rule violation, they can let the rocks stay as they played out, or they can remove the offending rock and reset the rocks to where they were before the offense happened. So this is Tyler's delivery here, looking to hit and I think get a little roll if they're lucky. They do get a little roll, and maybe too much luck as the shooter goes through the house out of play. So pretty open house right now. There is that tight center guard. But I think the 5-rock rule is over, so Betts could choose to remove the guard. He's instead opting to, I think, try to draw around that guard and bury the blue stone. Coming now from Chris Skidmore. Looks pretty good. They're shooting for distance, and I think as part of that, it was not able to curl as much, and they overswept it a little bit. It settles in the back 12 foot. Gilbert's looking to maybe split that red into the rings, and splitting by hitting it gently on the side to have it roll kind of towards the top edge of the house. So you're looking for kind of, I think, like top 4 weight, maybe T, not a lot of weight, although they're trying to coax it over. And actually I think Ramin's, where he's settled in the back of the house, is trying to make a play on that blue in the back. And does get it, and then the red rolls to hang on by the hair of his chinny chin chin on the back of the house. So it does look like Gilbert is sitting 1, but most of the house is open. As we see Steve Stampson with his next. So this is going to be more of a guard. So Gilbert heads down for his third rocks. Something big is developing on sheet B, the game between Team Barents and Team Spangler. Sounds like there may have been a bit of an error. And Spangler has a draw for 4 to really open up the game on sheet B. Let me pop open bondspieler.com. And let's say that Gilbert rock crashed on the center blue guard and kind of just kicked open some guards. So Barents scores singles in the first 2 ends. And now Spangler has a chance to really get 4 on the board. And looks like mission accomplished to take a 4-2 lead. Spangler over Barents on sheet B. And you can keep track of the scores at bondspieler.com. So it looks like Betts opted to hit the red in the back. So now Betts is sitting 1 back to the house. So it looks like they're trying to draw around the red center guard for Team Gilbert. So it's over curling, so they're looking for a plan B. I think maybe to raise it slightly, and it does raise it to shot rock, biting the top 4. So Gilbert's sitting 1 open right now, and Betts is looking to hit it out with the first of his 2 skip stones. And just as a reminder, after this 4th end, the team is going to take a 5-minute break, and we're going to take it with them. So we're going to take a quick pause in the action, and we'll be back very shortly after the break. So Betts has rocked his way, looking for a takeout. Looks like Chris is trying to push it over. And it looks like it might kiss it. It does. It pushes that red under the center a little bit more. So it looks like Gilbert wants to take on that blue in the back asking fourth David Hurst to do the honors. I think they're looking for maybe a little bit of roll under the cover of the center. Nice positive release. Okay, so they're not a takeout, and oh, it just dove right there. I wonder if it picks. Oh, what? The camera was glitching a little bit, but it was going to the left and then came back to the right. It just dove right there. I wonder if it picks. Oh, what? That is crazy. The camera. Well, they ended up getting a center guard. That is, so just. I wonder if it picked up a piece of debris or something. That was just the most insane pick I've seen. So it looks like Betts is going to just kind of hit out the red. There's a risk of it jamming on the blue in the back. So they'll have to definitely be careful with the line and the angle of where they hit it at. This is David Betts' last rock without the hammer here, up 2 in the fourth. Her normal takeout weights. Looks like they're going to clip the red, and it does scoot over the blue in the back. So Gilbert has a choice to, I think, go for a blank again, or they can get rid of the hammer, which might be cursed at this point, because they've had the hammer this entire game. So Hurst getting set, looking for the hit and roll out for the blank. I think if they stick around even for a point, that wouldn't be bad. But I'm not on the ice. It's not my game. So looking for some takeout weight. No pick this time. Just going to hit, and it's going to roll. Is it going to roll enough? It does not. So I'm going to say that was a single point. But we will wait to see what they post on the scoreboard. But as they take their 5-minute break, we're going to take it with them. And so we'll see you in a few minutes when we come back to the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. And we are back to the opening game of our Saturday coverage of the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns. Coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. We have a quintuple header of games on tap today. Starting with this first game between Team Betts and Team Gilbert's. A very close battle with only single score so far, although there were multiple point opportunities to be had, mostly by Betts. The last end, Gilbert was going for a blank, but the shooter did not roll out, hanged onto the bat for a single point. But the good news is that Gilbert doesn't have the hammer anymore. He had the hammer the entire first half of the game, and just only has a single point to answer for it. So we'll see what Betts is going to be able to do with the hammer here in this fifth end. The Sheet B game is Team Barrett of Orange County taking on Team Spangler of Wine Country. Alyssa, they're about to finish the fourth end. And there's a handful of rocks in play, but not as many as they had in the last end, where Spangler was able to score 4 to jump up to a 4-2 lead over Barrett. And those scores are being posted at bondspieler.com. So 2 Gilbert Reds in the house, not really buried. So it looks like Betts is going to want to take it on, asking for a hack or bumper weight. And looking for lead Eric Putnam to make some noise. So we have 5 games on tap. We have the first game right now. Next action is going to be at about 11:40. And that game will feature Team Stephanie of Wine Country taking on Team Malloret of Oval Curling. And then the Sheet B game is going to be Hernandez of Hollywood taking on Pomeroy of Oval Curling. And that's all starting at 11:40. And then the later games today are at around 3, 6:30, and about 9:45. All the actions here at the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling Club, and also the MoPac YouTube channel. We're seeing Tyler Fredsall throw his first of the second stones. Looking to, I think they were hoping to maybe take out the blue that Betts threw, but it ends up just clearing the guard, and I think that they take out their own stone, or I'm curious about the number of rocks that were in play. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure what happened. I thought that could have been a 5 rock roll violation. But they know more than I do on the ice. As you see, Tris Skidmore push out a hack. And I think they're looking to put up another tight guard. Although this looks like it could be going into the house. And create a double. And that does appear to be the case. The rocks are not frozen. 1, 2, 3. looking to take out some blues. Oh, okay. Got a lucky break there. It was able to clip their own red and then spin back onto one of the blues. And so one red, one blue is gone, and there's one red, one blue in the house. As we see Chris's second stone. I think looking to, I think they're hoping to maybe kick the red back, and that actually ends up just wicking the red, and the blue goes through the house out of play.
We have a request from the warm room. We want to see some ankles. The hairier the better.
So Ramin Gilbert gets sets, looking to take out the blue. This needs to curl just a smidge more. Doesn't quite accomplish what Gilbert was, I think, aiming for. It does get rid of the blue, so the primary goal is accomplished. However, it does hit the other red and pushes it through the house. It's still in play on the back of the sheet, but not scoring. And there's only a single red in the house. And it looks like Steve is going to take it out. This is the second crack to this type of shot, and that shot is made. The shot stone goes out of play, and the shooter's going to roll to the left edge of the 12 foot, and it is now shot stone. So it looks like Gilbert is going to go for the hits. Looks like a control normal takeout weights. And gets both of those stones in the back of the house moving, or the back of the sheet moving. The shooter itself rolls to stick around for a shot stone. And Steve just to throw his last here. And also looking for a hit. So this is probably the most competitive game of the tournament before the championship in terms of seeding. Team Gilbert, the defending champions, were seeded second based on their peers, and Team Betts was seeded third. And so just based on how the seeding was set up and how the pools were created, this 2-3 game is the closest face-off that you'll look at. The next closest will be the 1-4 game between Spangler and someone whose name escapes me. I'll look it up. Oh, this is going a little wide. Just kisses the blue. So an unfortunate miss, and now the opportunity shifts towards Betts to score multiple points. The 1-4 game would be Spangler versus Barnes. And that's actually happening right now on the neighboring sheets. So that's been a fairly close game, aside from Spangler scoring that 4 spot. So this is we started off Saturday with a bang here, and this game here, Betts has a chance to kind of break the game open with a multiple point score, the first one of this game. I think just looking to draw to the other side of the house to split the rings. This might be, I said it might be heavy, but we're seeing some lag. And that it's not heavy at all. It ends up in the top 12 foot. So we are to the 4th stones. I mean, this is the last 4th stone for Team Gilbert from David Hurst. And they're just looking to hit out the blue in the back. And they're Gilbert's likely to concede 2. So shot is made. That Gilbert rock is shot rock. But all Betts needs to do is hit and stick for that second point. So looking for a hit and stick for 2. The first multi-points score of this game, if he makes it. Chris is sweeping hard. I think he'll hold the line. Now they switched. Eric is jumping in. And this needs to get back. It makes enough contact to push the shot stone out, but the shooter rolls away. And so that is just going to be a single. So both teams have had the opportunity and kind of let it slip away. And one thing you kind of have to tell yourself when you're playing these games is you can't leave points on the board. And unfortunately, Betts did leave a second point on the board. But it's enough to take a 3-1 lead over Team Gilbert into the 6th end. So that was a good force on the part of Gilbert. And we'll see what Gilbert does with the hammer when we come back in just a moment to the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. Rodson play, we are underway here in the 6th end of a Donnybrook, or a Bonnie Donnie, as people might say. I don't think people would call it a Bonnie Donnie, but they could. It's a Donnybrook, though, between Team Betts of Wine Country taking on Team Gilbert of Oval Curling. Trading a single so far in this game. And Gilbert has a hammer, looking to generate some offense. And I think asking Jerry St. James to put up a corner guard on the right. And that does look like it will be a corner guard. So we got Eric throwing his second 4-team bets. And like I mentioned before, he's been curling for 2.5 years. Some of his other recent accomplishments includes... Oh, that slipped in the house from Gilbert. So Putnam was able to hit it out. My apologies for missing that call. So Jerry has been curling since January of last year and has now lost track of the number of boss bills he's been in. And they're trying to trade hits back and forth. And this is going to miss. They tried to hold the line. It was not there. And let's look at the delivery on the YouTube delay. And he just kind of went really low. He had no real bobble on his release. As you see, Chris Skidmore throw his first. And Chris has been curling for 6 years. I mentioned the Dragon Spiel. They finished in silver while he played skip. And he's able to get around that center-ish guard. So it looks like Gilbert's going to maybe looking to take on that shot stone. Actually looking to draw and then tuck around that center-ish guard. Looking for Tyler Fredsall to do the honors. Looking pretty good. It's going to settle down right on top. So I think the shot was made. And that's the corner frozen, so it's going to be really hard for Betts to get that red out. Let's see what Chris has in store here. I think looking to just draw on top of that pile that's building in the center of the house. But this is coming up a little light and over curling. So now for Gilbert, seeing that Betts has been willing to go into the center, I think is maybe wants to try and pop that blue out right now. And that does seem to be the call as he gets set for some weights. Looking for a normal takeout weight from Tyler. That weight looked pretty good. Not a missile necessarily. They gave him a decent amount of ice. Now the question is it going to come back? And it looks like it's coming back right now. But just enough to only tap the blue back about 1.5 feet. And the shooter's going to roll out of play. So Betts doesn't want to do the direct takeout of the red because of the jam risk. Not a jelly risk though, just the risk of a jam. So he's looking to run the blue onto red. And let's see if Steve Sampson can deliver. This is over curling maybe. So it's going to get one of the blues, just two of the blues moving. But they both go out of play. The shooter rolls towards the center as a guard. So Gilbert is taking a shot right now, but Betts has the second and third shots. I'm curious about if they could hit and roll. No, sorry. Just the way the angle, the paths are set up, that center guard from Betts is preventing any sort of hit on the side that Gilbert would probably want. So looking to hit and roll on the right side. This is Ramin Gilbert with his first. This needs to hang on, and it flashes. So that's the second time really they've tried to throw to the wings, and it's over curled, or need a little bit more ice. And so now Sampson is going to try and hit the red out, and the line favors Betts because they don't they don't want to jam and they want to hit it, but they're trying to coach it over, and they end up hitting their own. I wonder if at this point Gilbert could ignore the red or the blue on the right and just hit hit the blue out on the left and roll wide to the left, and maybe set up a multiple point score. Well, as it stands right now, it looks like Gilbert is going to try that hit and roll again on the outside. So they've had some difficulty getting that far out, and we'll see if Ramin has it with his second attempt. This definitely looks wide enough. Now they're trying to push it back over. It does have enough energy to get the blue out. That was about a 9-second hog-to-hog time. Which, if you know, you know. So, looks like Betts is probably going to try that takeout, on that left side again. As the broom's down, Betts makes his way down the ice. Again, going to try that takeout. And attacking it from the outside to avoid the jam. This looks a lot better than the last one, but it's not coming back. I think it has come back enough this time. It's enough to chip out the red, and the shooter itself will roll to the edge of the 12-foot, remain in play. So now Gilbert is going to try to manufacture a skip's deuce, or technically it'd be a fourth deuce because Ramin's the skip. So I think looking for this is interesting. Looking for a hit, maybe a little bit of a roll from David Hurst. he's calling it really tight to the rock, and it's just kind of based on how the ice is moving on that left side. And it's just kind of staying straight. Enough for a nose hit. And there's not a really good blink possibility. So I think Ramin would like to get 2 here. I guess as they're forced to 1, it's not the end of the world. Although they are running out of game. So just Betts is going to try that hit again. Wants to stick around to force Gilbert forward to the single. So this is David Betts' last here in the 6th without the hammer. 7th, no 6th. Sorry. Looking to hold the line. Got a 10-3. And that's enough to pop out the red. And the shooter will roll, I think, under the cover of the center guard. So it looks like Gilbert is going to be forced to a single. Needs to make sure that their red shooter sits around for that single point. David Hurst looking for hack weights, which would probably be around, I would say, 14 seconds hog to hog, which is the time the rock travels between the hog lines. Last rock here in the 6th end. Needs to hit and stick, essentially. Got about 13 even. Needed another couple inches of curl, because that shooter will roll to the wing. So it's a steal of 1 at least. And they're taking a look to see if it's going to be 2. I think they are doing a measurement. So we will get to see the most exciting measurement in all of sport. So I do like to joke that this pressure gauge is the most exciting measure in all of sport. But it's true. Like, you know, I try to think of other devices where the measurement is so dramatic and so important to the outcome of an event. As the ice techs head out on the ice to conduct the measurement, Eric Hazard of Lake Tahoe Epic takes a look at the rods. I think one of the other techs is grabbing the measuring device, the pressure gauge. So it looks like Steve is actually heading down the ice with the device. And they're going to set it on the ice, I think, to let it cool. And I guess the other thing is that if you're at an event with ice techs, you should let the ice techs do the measurement. Because if you screw up the measurement, the other team basically wins the advantage of whatever measurement should be. So after briefly cooling the metal on the ice, they are going to bring the pressure gauge out. I'm going to say it looks red from here, but the camera doesn't tell the whole truth. Ooh, we're going to see the bonus slide as they bring the extension out. Oh, they're bringing it in. Interesting. I haven't seen that before. So they bring the pressure gauge to the first stone. They apply some pressure and then lock it down, and then they're going to bring it back so people can see how much, what the gauge reads, and now it's going to swing around to the other side. And now the moment of truth, it looks to be red. And indeed it is red. So just a steal of 1 for Team Bets. And Gilbert will have the hammer for the 6th end, the 6th overall end, as they start the 7th end in just a moment, when we come back to the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. We are underway with the 7th end. Just 2 ends remaining in this first game of our Saturday quintuple header. Non-stop action on MoPac. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. If you have any questions or comments, I do check in on YouTube occasionally, as we see Jerry throw his first. So Gilbert has the hammer again, and I think just not saying it's a curse this day, but just been very difficult for Gilbert to get any sort of scoring to happen with the hammer. And then for Team Bets is having a really strong game, playing really tough and forcing Gilbert to a force of 1, and also giving up steals of singles in the 1st, the 3rd, and the 6th end. As Putnam throws his 2nd. So that will slip into the top of the house. And Gilbert would like to have Jerry draw around that corner guard that Jerry put up with his first. Hurst is sweeping, I think, to hold the line. And this could overcurl. And indeed, it crashes on the guard. Yeah, it does push the red guard into the house. And it looks like his 2nd shot, the blue on the left, is shot right now. And it looks like Betts is going to ask Chris Skidmore to take it out. It's going to hit, and it's going to roll across the house and out of play. So, as we're playing this game, we don't have scorekeepers in the sense that they have at the World Championships or the Olympics. But at top-level competitions, we have officials or judges scoring how well each shot is made or not made. And they can get up to 4 points. If you totally miss a shot, it's a 0. If you absolutely make a phenomenal shot, it's 4 points. Or you just make your shot. And so they keep adding the numbers, divide it by the number of deliveries, and that's how they get a percentage. So if you watch the curling on Olympics or World Championships, they might say that the skip is this team is throwing 85%, and that's all based on the officials scoring each individual shots on a grade of 0 to 4. So that's curling knowledge. They don't really explain on TV. They just flash the score, or they flash the percentages. As we see, Chris looking to blow up these guards at the top of the house, or top of the sheets. Gonna get both reds moving. One of the reds jams into the house, and now after moving some of the rocks around, it looks like Lewis threw shots barely. Some applause for the sheet B. Apparently a really good sweeping job to finish the end. On our feature sheets, Tyler is asked to, I think, maybe draw and tap. It looks like it's going to be pretty close. Actually, mission accomplished. That was a really good shot. Really great weight control and line control. There's a possible double there that Betts is taking on with Steve Sampson's first. He's not happy with that shot. As he slapped the ice. And that rush is starting to go sailing through. I don't know if they if it burned or they just gave up on the rock. But now the advantage shifts towards Gilbert. Perhaps one of the best advantages they've had this entire game. So it looks like they kicked it. I think he said he burned it or something. Just reading lips, so I'm not quite sure what exactly happened there. But again, just a missed opportunity there. So now Gilbert is going to try and pick out the blue and sit 2 or 3 and really kind of take control of this end. This is an opportunity building. They haven't had a lot of opportunities in this game, and they need to make the shots. And it's dangerous. So they do hit the blue, but it jams on the red in the house, and now there's only 1 red in the house. And so just like that, the opportunity diminishes. As Steve hits another crack to this shot. And this is looking pretty good. It's kind of hanging out. So it makes enough contact for the red to go away, and the shooter also goes out of play. So it's a wide open house. And Gilbert has some work to do if they're going to try and score multiple points. So Gilbert heads down to take his next shot. Looking for a draw around that center guard. So sweepers are just walking it down. And this is going to carry through the house out of play. As Steve gives a brief polish. And that rock, she gone. So now we're to the fourth and skip stones. And it looks like Bez is going to try that guard. Sorry, try that draw around the guard. So Betts' rock is away. Looking to get around that guard. Looks like they're going to be able to do that. Let's see how far it settles in the back of the house. It looks like it's going to settle right on the lid. You can't draw that up any better. Except for it's a little open. And so it looks like Gilbert's going to ask David Hurst to throw a heavy draw to tap that blue out and have the shooter roll toward the right. I'm going to guess he's going to throw about 13 seconds hog to hog. So I got about 14-8, so this is going to be more of just a draw on top. And we are seeing some lag, I apologize. Needed another 2 feet at least. So David Betts is making his way down the ice for his last without the hammer here in the 7th. Asking for a little less ice from Steve Sampson. And I think they're looking to just kind of close the door with a tight guard or just anything really to block the path to the button. So this is going to be a guard, most likely. Got about 16-8. And that indeed is a guard. And Gilbert's calling his timeout. So teams get a 1 minute timeout. Let's listen in and see if we can hear what they're talking about. The eternal struggle. So the timeout's winding down. I still can't really make out what they're saying. But I keep trying to do it until we get these players' microphones. Which could happen one day. With your generous support. So basically they're in a bit of a jam here, which is why they called the timeout. And I think what they're trying to do is just a heavy draw, not even just a draw. Need to probably do about bat 4 weights to tap the blue back. And, you know, a lot of pressure on David Hurst for this shot. The hammer coming now in the 7th. Looking for that, I think, bat 4 weight draw. Tyler's jumping on it, I think, especially to hold the line. Needs to get around the guard. I got 13-5. It's around the guard, so now Jerry's trying to bury it, but it's not going to get back. It's going to go through the house. And that is a steal of a single. So, all but one of Betts' points have come from steals in this game. And Gilbert is down 4 with 1 end to go. Just a tough game for Gilbert, and Betts has been playing really, really tough. So we're just going to stay with this. Let's update bondspieler.com while I'm chatting. The game between Burns and Spangler. Burns came back from the 4th inning break and put up a 3 spot to tie the game at 5-all, and then Spangler decided to say, hey, you can't do that, and put up a 3 spot of their own to retake the lead. It's now 8-5 Spangler over Burns on sheet B. It looks like they're close to ending their 7th end, as we're about to start our 8th end.
Yeah, that's why I was nervous about going up there.
Betts has built up a 4-point lead, and 4 of those points were the result of steals. So, and this one's going to be thrown through the house. The strategy for Betts is to not give Gilbert any rocks in play. As we see Jerry St. James deliver. I think looking for that corner guard. This really took a swing. And I think lost some weight. It's going to be a high corner guard. Definitely going to be some space for either Betts or Gilbert to work around it. As it looks like Eric Putnam's going to be asked to throw through again. As we see the up weights. It's always great having leads being asked to throw up weights. I say that as someone who likes to play the lead. The lead often is asked to throw draws and guards. And so when you're asked to throw up weight, either you're trying to do a takeout or you're doing this kind of a victory formation. And the victory formation is a lot easier than trying to do a takeout. So trying to draw around that corner guard that Jerry put up with his first. Now David's sweeping it to give probably a little bit more distance and to bury it if he can. I don't think it gets very well buried. If you look on this head-on shot, it appears to be about 60% exposed. And so Chris Skidmore is going to be asked to hit it out. Got the weight. Does he have the line? It's going to be close. And it flashes. So Gilbert needs 4 to tie, 5 to win. So they're looking at maybe splitting the rings right now. I think they can put up another guard. I think, or is the 5 rock rule over? This would be the last rock, so I think they might be looking to put one in the house or a guard. As Tyler just said, they actually are opting to draw toward the guard and the rocking the house on the right. This looks to be a little up weight. It's curling down really nicely and does tap that red back. And Gilbert is sitting 2. However, those rocks are on the same side, and so Chris is going to try that shot again. And the adage is that if you give a curler 2 chances to make the same shot, they usually make it the second time. Not in this case, though, as the crashes on the guard. So Gilbert sitting 2 in a exposed house. I almost said open, but open house means something else in this context. So it's exposed though. So now Gilbert needs to find places to hide or pile in the rocks. And I think they're going to keep piling in, which I think it seems to be a pretty solid strategy for Tyler's second here. And I think Tyler is probably going to throw a very similar shot to his first. Looking to draw into the pile, jostle things around a little bit. Jerry jumps on it. Now Dave is pitching in. That's a really good finish. He's going to tap the red back. I think they would have maybe liked them to be a little more bunched together. Just to start kind of building a cluster, and if you have enough rocks in the cluster, it's going to be next to impossible to get rid of them all. As we're now to the third stones, Steve Sampson throwing his first, and this looks pretty good to make contact. It's going to clip one of the reds. And that goes shooting through the house, and then the shooter itself will settle into the back 12. But the 2 reds are up top or out counting that blue. So Gilbert's sitting 2 right now. 4 to tie, 5 to win. If they tie, there's an extra end. And I might let you guys on YouTube do the commentary because I might need a break. And you might ask yourself, how does that even work? And I would say nature finds a way. But people say that's my answer to everything. And then I was asked to leave the DMV, which is also a Wendy's for some reason. So this is Rabin Gilbert's first. I think looking to draw down on top of the blue in the back. This looks pretty good. Maybe coming up a little light. The way it actually seems really solid. That is good for a second shot on the left. And so Samson's going to try that takeout again. He got one last time. Let's see what he gets this time. He threw a lot of weight. Chris is sweeping, I think, to hold the line. Lots of bodies watching. Gets one of the reds moving. Actually, ooh. One of the reds does go through the house out of play. And the shooter goes out of play on the right. So Gilbert is now sitting 2. Has split the rings. Needs places to hide to try to generate that elusive 4 spot. or 5 spot if we're lucky. So just going for that draw again towards the blue backing on the left. Got some slight hit and roll, basically like a tap. It does set up a double though. And so if you're bets, you're trying to run Gilbert out of stones. And this is the game between the 2 and 3 seeds. Both teams are at the top of the table right now with 2 wins, no losses. So whoever wins this game will definitely jump into the advantage with 1 game to go in there for each team to play. We have forward draws today. We have a lot of games. This is needs to come back. It flashes and draws exclamations from the warm room. Gasps of disbelief. So the door is now more open for Gilbert. 4 to tie, 5 to win. And so now Gilbert's looking to maybe start protecting some of these rocks and kind of secure that 4 to tie, 5 to win. And so if we are tied after 8, we play an extra end. Each team gets additional thinking time. And then if we're tied after the extra end, we do a draw to the button to see which team is closer with 1 stone each. As we see David Hurst with his first. Timing this stone. Looking for some cover for the rocks in the house. I got 1509. So it's a pretty tight cover. And so some people are saying there could be a triple. There's 4 rocks in the rings right now for Gilbert. That's the tie. However, if Betts makes 2 of these rocks go away, or 2 of these rocks to go away, it's game over. So a crucial shot coming up for David Betts. And this game has been exciting as advertised. Both teams hard fought. Betts has really kept his foot on the gas throughout this entire game. And this could be it. Looking to make 2 stones go away. David Betts here. Last rock without the hammer. Sweepers are not sweeping it. It's going to get 1. 1 goes through. And so there's 3 rocks in the house. So all Gilbert has to do is to draw the full 12 foot, and we get bonus curling. And I might sound delirious because I am. My car has like a lounge mode. I was hoping to retire to my lounge for a little bit, but no, I'm here for curling, and this is what this is what I'm here for. This is what you guys are here for. David Hurst, 4 for the tie. Looking for the clockwise in-turn rotation. Needs to be full 12 foot to secure the tie. Looks like it's there. I got 14-3. It's there. with a little bit of backing. 4 for the tie. We got bonus curling. My goodness, this what a crazy game. Also, that was the first multiple point end. It was all singles until this last end, and Gilbert got the 4 that he needed to tie it up and force the extra. So we're going to pause for just a second. I think also they're going to make sure the clocks are reset, and they were just reset. Both teams get 4 minutes and 30 seconds of thinking time. And I think they are given another timeout. That is customary. I've not heard that here. Hasn't been an issue yet. But I think they are given a bonus timeout. So, a bonus curling, ladies and gentlemen. In the MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. And just as an update, our next game is going to be at around 11:40. Another game from the same pool as this match. Team Stephanie from Wine Country taking on Team Malaret from Oval Curling of Utah. So that's a pretty interesting scoreline right there. As Jerry St. James throws his first. So that scored in 5 of the 8 ends. Gilbert scored in only 2, but that was enough to tie things up and force the extra. And that rock will settle in as a center-ish guard. It's not on the center line, so I can't call it a center guard necessarily. And as we see Eric Putnam throw his first. This is going to curl to the wings. Where is it going to settle down? It will settle in at the edge of the 12-foot ring. And Gilbert is opting to ignore it for now, looking to put up another center guard to have some offset center guards and provide some cover for a draw toward the center later in the end. 3 sweepers are on it. And it doesn't need it necessarily, as that's going to actually settle into the rings. I think they're going to try and bury it now, and doesn't get buried. It's going to bite at the top of the ring. And so now Eric's going to throw some takeout heats with his second. Looks like it's going to be close. Oh, goodness. So that's going to be a 5-rock rule violation as they put the rocks back. So as we mentioned before, for the first 5 rocks of the end, you can't hit an opponent's rock out of the guard zone. You can promote it into the house. You can't hit it out of play, out of the guard zone. So now Tyler's starting to try that draw to a guard again. So basically Gilbert, without the hammer, is looking to find any cover to hide stones and to make it very difficult for Best to score a point. So this is shaping up to be a guard weight. Needs to go over the line, and it does, settling in the top third of the guard zone. So the guard zone rule is over now, so the teams can blast the guards if they want to. Eric's jumping on the sweep. Looks like it's going to get one of the guards. And it clips the red shot stone. And so that was a really good shot there. As Blue Bets is scoring with that blue on the edge of the 12-foot ring. But there are two center guards for Gilbert to draw around. Tyler's throwing draw around the guards. Needs to make sure it gets around the guard, and it's going to just tick the guard and roll wide toward the right. I would have maybe tried to sweep that shooter to I say no because you can still get to that blue stone on the outer side of the sheet, and if they swept it, they may have blocked that takeout pass. So Chris Skidmore is last. Gonna peel that remaining guard. Kind of a lazy spinner through the back of the house. Out of play. And actually it's going to hang on the back of the house and be shot. So Gilbert's kind of looking at where to position the rocks. They're sitting shot right now. And it looks like they're going to try and put up another guard. I was curious about if they would maybe want to try and draw play towards that right side of the sheet. As we see Ramin Gilbert get sets. Looking for guard or top of the house weights. So I would say like 14-5 perhaps. Hog to hog. A lot of action on sheet B. I got 15-8, which may not be correct. But we do have a center guard. Betts is choosing to take it on. On sheet B, there are 3 blues in the 4-foot. And that's for Burns to secure the win if the end ended right now. As we see Steve Sampson's first rock. Looking to peel the guard. And it looks like they are going to peel the guard. And the red rock, actually, it jams on the red in the back. And that red goes out of play. Well, the back of the house, out of scoring position. So now it's Betts sitting 1. That blue on the edge of the 12-foot. So Burns is sitting 3 blues around the 4-foots. But it does look like there's a path for Spangler to get to the button, perhaps. As we're going to see Ramin Gilbert throw his first. Looking for a draw. This is his last. I think looking for I say another guard, but they might be looking to draw around. No, this is a guard. It's a high guard. So this Spangler Stone is coming in. It's going to... it's going to... So Spangler was able to draw into the button. Negates at least one of the burnt blues. Oh, goodness, on our sheets... we hit the guard onto the blue shot stone. The blue goes away, and the red stone is now shot. This is it's just a very weird end unfolding on sheet A. So the guard whipped off another guard and onto the blue in the back. Just, I don't think you could draw that up. So it looks like 2 stones to go for each team on sheet A. David Hurst is in the hat, I think looking for a call from the skip, and the call is going to be to draw around the guard, it appears, on the right from this view. And sheet B is an extra end. So this is David Hurst looking for a draw around the cover. This might be carrying a little bit, although it could also just be the stutter from my camera, unfortunately. Actually, not too heavy. It settles into the back button. Does set up a hit for David Betts as he makes his way down the sheets. Just looking for a hit, and I would think a little roll. He was asking for a little less broom from Steve. Gonna guess he's gonna throw board weight. Could be control. And here we go. This is his first with the hammer here in the extra. And it's a shot's made. We're going to see some roll. A really, really solid shot there. Gilbert's going to have to take it on to stay alive. Now, it looks like he called his timeout. So we're going to do let's see if we can listen to what they're saying.
I think all of it. Yeah, I see all of it. No, we want to keep the blue behind. No, just like count it.
So the timeout is over. I think I was able to make out what they're saying that time. Basically, they need to, I think, throw about T-line weight and tap that blue back, but also provides some backing for the red, hopefully shot stone. And this is a situation again where you need to be shot after this delivery, or it's game over for Team Gilbert. So the shot has to be 100% made. And here we go. This is David Hurst last for Team Gilbert, without the hammer in the extra. Sweepers are just cleaning it, it looks like. Now they're trying to coax it over. Is it going to get over? It is going to get over, but where is it going to end up? Got a little tap. Too much weight. Red is shot, but it is exposed. So all Betts needs to do is just pop it out for the win. Right now, Gilbert is sitting first and third shots, and there's a blue in the back 8. That is second counter right now. So crucial shot coming now for David Betts. For the win, the hammer being dropped by David Betts. Looking for a hit and stick. Putnam was on it, and now he's off. Just pops it for 2. And so that is an exciting end to this contest. We went 7 ends without multiple points, and then in the last 2 ends, Gilbert scores 4 to tie it up, force the extra. And Betts responds with 2 to pull off the extra end win. And so Betts is now 3-0 in pool play with 1 game remaining. And Gilbert is 2-1, also with 1 game remaining. Betts is going to be back on the ice at about 3. And Gilbert's going to be on at the 6:30 game. So really, really exciting stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Sheet B game is also in their extra. Looks like Spangler has a lot of reds in play. And but it does look like the button is accessible if you can get around a lot of garbage in the front of the house in the guard zone. So we're going to sign off, but you can see who won on bonspieler.com. I say sign off. Let me see how many rots are remaining. All right, there are 4 rots remaining on sheet B, so I'm gonna let it go. So, but for all of us here at MoPac, Lake Tahoe, Epic Curling, and DoubleTakeout.com, thank you so much for tuning in to this first game. We have a full day of action. Just as a reminder, our next game is going to be at about 11:45. With Team Stephanie taking out Team Malloret. And then we have 3 more games after that, 3 o'clock, 6:30, and 9:45. So for all of us here at the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling, DoubleTakeout.com, this is your host Ryan Olson saying good morning and good curling.